it's Agatha, and so today I made cupcakes. These are just yellow cupcakes, and then this is sort of like a makeshift frosting. I kind of mostly made up the recipe for this. Yeah, and I accidentally, hair in my mouth, I accidentally didn't put the little nozzle thing on the end of the frosting squeezer before I put the frosting in, so it's just gonna come out the end like this, but it should still work. Someone is like loudly blowing their nose. I hope that's not coming up on camera. And yeah, I'll try and frost. Let's see, can I zoom? Java updated wants my head on a stick. Soften. Okay, that does not look right. Okay, well, that is not how it's supposed to look. Hold on, let me get something to spread it with. Okay, the frosting looks good, but I think it, come on, focus. I think it's kinda, the texture is too hard. I think it needs to soften more. Because there's so much melted chocolate in this, I think it gets hard easily. It's not like hard or anything, it's just more of a, it would be fine if I had a proper piping tool, but I don't. So, or well, I do have it, but I messed up. So, but I think that still looks good to me. Okay. So let's consider this. Okay, this just looks entirely not right. This is like one of those things where you watch a YouTube video on how to do it and it's like, oh, that's so easy. I can make like professional bakery cupcakes. And then the reality's more like me right now. Oh, this one has two cupcake holders. It's coming out the wrong end. I'm ridiculous. I should have known myself more. I know someone's gonna comment like, too much frosting. I have a lot of frosting. There's more than just what's here. Anyway, while I'm frosting, I should have a chat, right? Okay, so main thing I've been thinking about today is that Saturday, the Beaches remake with Idina Menzel, my favorite, is gonna be on Lifetime. I know that's all I talk about these days, but I'm really, really excited. Idina Menzel's also gonna be on tour really soon. Wow. Actually, I still have to see the original Beaches. It's kind of before my time, but I really should see it. Or maybe I'll see the, What do you guys think? Comment. Do you think I should, this is such silly conversation. Do you think I should watch the original Beaches movie that came out in like 1989, I think, before I see the remake with Idina Menzel and Nia Long? Or should I watch the remake first and then go back? This is an important issue for society today. But for real, I am so excited. And, oh yeah, and Idina Menzel was on, oh here it's getting smoother, it's just the tip is too wide. And also, Idina Menzel was on the talk show Live with Kelly today, and I saw her interviewed. The thing though is if you're like really into a celebrity or something and you watch their interviews, the interviewers ask them the same questions all over and over and over again. And so it's just getting to hear her say it in a slightly different way than she did in the other 5 interviews I've seen. But I get that they're trying to like spread to a wide audience who's not just people like me who sit and watch Idina Menzel interviews. See? Yeah, so I'm gonna make my friend Elle watch it, the Beaches with me on Saturday. We're gonna like order food and I'm gonna make a themed cake and we're gonna watch it. That's how pumped I am. Look. There's like, I think I might have made too much frosting for the amount of cake I made. I know I was just saying earlier there's no such thing as too much frosting, but I mean I might just have leftover even for putting this much on. Actually not. I think I might actually not have enough. I'm flip-flopping here. Looks so good. Oh yeah, so thank you for all of you who said nice things about my original song upload yesterday. It was nice. It was like, usually when I put out a video I get like 8 dislikes right away from I don't know, you know, there's people who just like sit around waiting for you to upload so they can dislike, but this time I didn't. It's interesting, I think. I'm getting fewer trolls these days, which is really nice. And it's always really nice to hear what people thought when it's nice. Gosh, I'm sorry that it's like just this really basic cake frosting. I was planning to like do decorations and stuff, but like maybe another time I can figure that out. I watched a bunch of like fake cake decorating videos and things, and they make it look so easy. I'll make some with less frosting, because I know my dad is always like, he's one of those people who's always like, oh, it's too sweet, it's too sweet. It's dessert. What did you expect? This frosting actually isn't like super sweet though. Compared to most buttercream, it's like not that sugary. Or I might just be desensitized because I have such a sweet tooth, but I don't have as much of a sweet tooth as my younger brother. He has a huge sweet tooth. I found this like this sort of journal entry I wrote on a blog like years ago about my brother, and it was about how before school I saw my brother packing his lunch, and it was like all the sweet stuff. Well, that just shows that I've been on the internet for a while. How old were you guys when you started like using the internet like regularly? And I don't mean like playing Webkins for half an hour before bed. I mean like being someone who uses the internet. I'd say like I started using the internet when I was about like the way one uses the internet when I was like 13. Though I did still like surf the internet and stuff when I was like 12, but I was just like watching magical girl animes or whatever. I was hardly doing anything. But now I'm making it sound like you have to do something sketchy. I don't mean sketchy like I dropped it. I just mean when you realize there was stuff on the internet besides Nickelodeon.com and ask your parents' permission. Remember, okay, in like the early 2000s there were all these really fun games on like DisneyChannel.com and like Nickelodeon.com or whatever the URLs are. And there was like this one Okay, remember Kim Possible? There was this really fun game, you know, that taco restaurant where Ron Stoppable works, and he has that naked mole rat, Rufus, and the game is like you're making Rufus I'm frosting, making him make tacos and sundaes and things. I think there was a Sunday one, or maybe I'm thinking something else. That was a fun one. I didn't really play much. I was like 5, 6, but I would watch my oldest sister play. She's more like a true millennial, I guess. I'm curious where they're gonna make the millennial cutoff once they officially decide that, you know? Cause I'm gonna put this back because there's no room here anymore. I feel like the cutoff is gonna end up being at 2000. I feel like that's a nice even cutoff. Oh gosh. See, what other games did we play on DisneyChannel.com? There was also, or Nickelodeon or all those, there were like things like, if you don't want my germs, never eat anything I made. Chances are I had my hands all over it. There was like this game with the barber shop. This kid who would go to the barber shop and like he would try to, there was like this guy cutting his hair and he would cut too much or zap him. I don't even remember. Some of this stuff is even a little before my time. I was watching old Avatar: The Last Airbender clips on YouTube a couple days ago. And I watched all the sad Azula scenes and I got sad. I love Azula. I know she's like the most evil character on that show, but I feel bad for her. And like, people have to keep in mind she was like 14 or something. Like, the characters on that show are really young. And I mean, when I was watching it, I was like 8 or 9, so 14 seemed pretty old to me, but now I am old and I think that's young. Yeah, I'm approaching my 50s, as you can tell. A big 5-0. My colleagues are gonna throw a... What do they do? What do people do for their 50th birthday? My poor parents didn't really do anything much. Oh, now it's finally getting soft enough that it could be piped. Is that how it is, frosting? Is that how you're gonna play? Is that how you're gonna play? Classy. Before I eat anything, I'm gonna have to wash my hands. They're like next level sticky here. And as predicted, there's too much frosting because there's like even more in a bowl. Yeah, I am disappointed that I couldn't pipe it, but I think these look really good. What a frosting sound. This is intense. It's got a lot of frosting everywhere right now. It's a little much. Dogs have been barking a lot lately at silly things. This is the bowl with the extra frosting back there. I'm not just diving into the depths and coming back with chocolate frosting. But it's way better to have too much frosting than not enough, you know? You ever bake something and then find out you didn't make enough frosting, and then there's like this cake with like little spots without frosting? That's tragic. Okay, I need to wash my hands. They're so like wet, I can't even, like sticky, that I can't even turn off the camera. How am I gonna get out of my room? I can't touch the doorknob. I'll let you know. So I found a piece of paper in my floor, and I used that to open the door. And now I will eat a cupcake. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Pose for the thumbnail. But here's the paper. So what order do you guys eat your cupcakes? Ooh. I pretty much just bite into it. When I was little, I would lick off the frosting. Now I don't like that because you have to then eat a dry cupcake. That's really good. The cake on its own is really fluffy. It's moist, not quite as moist as I like, but I basically like things wet. Yeah, it's good. Would make again. If you want to make a cake more moist, what do? More butter? most of the reason I made up my own chocolate frosting recipe is that most of them call for cocoa powder, not like melted chocolate, but this is what I had. I forgot to get cocoa powder. If you use melted chocolate, does that make it ganache? Is it pronounced ganache? So much frosting everywhere. I think I will go for a second. I didn't eat a lot today because I was like, I was baking, and also I woke up late because I was up late because I'm in a terrible cycle, and I know it's bad, and I know I shouldn't have. Oh yeah, did you notice my dress has cupcakes on it? It's actually pajamas. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!